Hi family, and welcome back to Cook with Shan. If you have been following me on my social media platforms on Facebook and Instagram and even on TikTok, you would have known that today is the day that I chose to do breadfruit OilDown with pigtails, of course. And I did a raffle where I would have asked my audience what would they like to see me cook on my channel, and little did they know, after their suggestions were posted, that I had a little trick up my sleeve where I would have raffled the different dishes and offer a sample of the winning dish to the person who suggested that dish. And so breadfruit OilDown won, and the winner will be receiving their sample today. Today's Saturday, a nice sunny Saturday in Trinidad and Tobago. And I just want to let you know that a little, backstory in terms of where OilDown is originated. So Trini OilDown is different from the original place where OilDown came from, which is Grenada. Yes, OilDown is really a Grenadian dish, and they have the most delicious OilDown, I must admit, because I would have had the opportunity to taste it from a Grenadian himself already. Okay, you all saw that fly. It's like anyway. It is mango season, and my windows are right opposite a mango tree, so the flies are coming in fast and furious, but I have it under control, no worries. So as I was saying, it's a Grenadian dish, and Trinis have their own way of making breadfruit OilDown. You can also make OilDown with cassava. You can also put things like sweet potato, dumplings, and green bananas, which we call sorry oh my god, which we call, I'm not getting the name. Okay, so I'll come back when I get the name. Green fig, right? So we say green fig in Trinidad and Tobago, right? Some people say green banana in other countries, which is fine. It's the same thing. Yeah, but today I will not be putting any sweet potatoes or any green figs. I will just be using the breadfruit with the pigtails, some coconut milk, some really nice fresh seasoning, and I'm really excited because, and as I said in my post on Facebook, my taste buds are dancing right now because I love OilDown. And I'm going to show you the Trini version of this OilDown, which is a Grenadian dish. Yeah, so stay tuned, and if you ever tried the video, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you'll be first to know when I post a video. Yeah, so look out for the video, and yeah, I'll be showing you how to make this special dish. And if you're an OilDown lover like myself, I know you are excited for this dish as well. Yeah, so all the ingredients will of course be listed in the description, and whenever you have time, if you don't already know how to make OilDown, you can always try the recipe and let me know down in the comments how it came out. Love you so much, and I hope that you are spending time with your families. Family time is the most important time for me after spending time with God. Yeah, and I hope you are doing that also. Cook with Shan is about food, family, and fun. And as I always say, a family that cooks together stays together. I strongly believe so. Yeah, the kitchen is where a lot of relationships are formed. Love you, and stay tuned. Okay fam, so over here I have some assistance from my husband. He is helping me to cut up some pigtails for the OilDown. And over here you can see my breadfruits. This is what you're looking for to know when a breadfruit is good for OilDown. You want the round ones, the full big round ones, not the small ones. You are looking for full big round ones with these white things, white spots on it. That is how you know you want the yellow breadfruit. When it's long, that's the white one, and when it's round and have these white spots on it, well, first of all, the round ones are the yellow ones. And to know if it's good for the OilDown, to get that yellowish kind of taste, and you want it kind of half ripe, not yellowish taste, a yellowish color. Correction. This is how you'd know when it's good for oil, the white spots. Yeah? So I cut the breadfruit in half, and now I'm going to cut it in half again. I'm doing 2 large breadfruits. So I'm going to cutting it down in half and into smaller pieces so that I'll be able to decorate it properly. I'm going to cut this down into half again. And now let me show you how I'm going to decor it. Now first, before I do that, I want to show you how I'm going to peel it. Although the skin is thick, be careful not to go too deep because you don't want to waste your breadfruit. You want to get as much as possible. And this is how I'm going to decor it now. This part in the middle here, this is what I'm decoring. So when you take out that part there, you're good. And after taking out that part, some people will cut it in half like that, but I will not be cutting it in half again. I'll be chunking it like this. These are the pieces that I'll be using. You see how that has a slight yellow tint? That's what I'm talking about. Over on this side, my husband is assisting me with the dasheen bush or callaloo bush leaves by rinsing it out, washing it properly, which is important, and then we'll be cutting it up. Some people do not use the end of the callaloo bush when they are making OilDown. However, I grew up using everything. We don't waste anything, and it gives so much, you know, it gives you so much more in terms of the quantity when you are making OilDown. Yeah, so of course it will be like a callaloo, but not exactly callaloo, not exactly the way you would fully make callaloo. Yeah, we'll be mixing it with breadfruit, of course. So, and we will sorry, we won't be using much of the ochros either. So over here I have the breadfruit cut up and in some water, so to prevent it from getting black, from turning color and getting black. Over here I cut up some pumpkin, and there's a hot pepper that I'll be using also. And these are the washed dasheen leaves or callaloo bush, right, that I'll be using. This is what we make to use callaloo in Trinidad. Some people do not like to use the stem, they just like to use the leaves in OilDown. However, we use everything. So our OilDown will definitely look like a callaloo because we use everything in my house. And that's how I grew up learning how to make OilDown. Yeah, so some people don't like plenty leaves and all that bush. So if you don't like all that bush, you know, and you don't want it to look like a callaloo, by all means you could just use this part, which are just the leaves, and very few leaves if you like it to look more white and, you know, than like a callaloo. But I like it like a callaloo, right? So when you're looking for callaloo bush, you want to look for what is called rolled bush, right? So these bushes are usually rolled up and they look more white, and you're really looking for young bush, right? Not the big leaves. These small leaves will be just fine. Yeah, you see how they look sort of white? That is what you're looking for. So I'm going to cut up these and I'll be back. So over here there's the first seasoning that I will be using. I have some chives, I have shadow beni, pimentos, thyme, small leaf thyme. These are the pimentos. I have some parsley in here as well. I have some celery over here, some onions, then I have some minced garlic and ginger. Over here, I have the callaloo bush, the breadfruit already cut up, some pumpkin or hot pepper, and some ochros. So, we are set. And over on the next side, the pigtail is boiling. This is the pigtail boiling. So I would have put the pigtail to boil once, rinse it out, add some fresh water and put it to boil again. You want your pigtail very, very tender, and the reason for boiling twice is so that you'll get out the majority of the salt. You don't want a very, very salty pigtail, but do not boil out all the salt out of the pigtail. Some of this seasoning that you're seeing here, I'll be using to make a more pasty fresh seasoning in a more liquid form. So some I'll be using just like that, chunky, in the interim, and then during the cooking process I'll be using the more liquid form of the fresh seasoning. Stay tuned. Okay family, so I'm going to make some dumplings for the OilDown. This just consists of flour, salt, a little sugar, and a little oil and water. You're not making bread, so you don't want to put too much water. You want your dough a little stiff but tender at the same time. So it's a kind of in between. You don't want hard dumpling, you want soft, nice dumpling, but not particularly like how you just need flour for bread. So I'm going to be kneading this until I get the consistency that I want, and I'll show you. This is the consistency I'm going for, and I'm going to be breaking these up into smaller pieces like this, and I'll be rolling them like this. You just put a little flour on your surface, but not too much. Because if you put too much flour, then the dumpling won't roll properly on the surface. So this is how I'll be rolling the dumpling. So over on this side, I have up my iron pot on the fire, and I'm going to add some oil to this pot and get it going. First, I will start with my ginger and garlic mixture. It's already fragrant because I had it cut, cooking up for a while. It smells so good in here already. And as usual, I'll list all the ingredients in the description. So then, I'm going to add my onions in the pan. You're going to do this until your onions are translucent. Yes, baby, mommy cooking. That's not mommy coming, right, baby? And I ain't seen mommy for the whole. You all know I always speak to my son in the background. You know how they are when they are toddlers and they need mommy attention. And I went to work earlier, so he really wants his mommy back. After that, I've been going for a while. I'll be going in with some small leaf thyme, some celery, some chives, some shadow beni, some parsley, and some pimento peppers. These are what they call aromatics. I'll also be going in with some celery. And I'll be mixing this up. This is what we start our dishes with in Trinidad and in the Caribbean as well. It gives the food this boost of flavor that is so aromatic. This is what we call green seasoning. Well, I should say chopped up green seasoning, chopped up aromatic. Add a little more oil, and now I'll be adding the pigtails. These have already been boiled, washed, and ready to cook. For a little. So it's been cooking for a little while, and now I'll be adding 1 hot pepper, some ochros, and some pumpkin. See how colorful that looks already. Wow, you should smell my kitchen right now. So delicious. No mama guy here, as we are saying in Trinidad. This dish we cook in here, we don't play. We don't play, we don't play, we don't play. See how lovely that looks already? So amazing. Okay, so over here I have some Maggi coconut milk powder. This is the one in the box, right? And I put it in some water, and I'm just using a fork to break it up and dissolve it. This will be going into the OilDown. One of the main ingredients is coconut milk. If you have fresh coconut milk that you can blend, by all means. But when I'm using coconut milk, I use Maggi brand of coconut milk. So this has been cooking for a while. Just be very aware of your hot pepper. You don't want it to burst in the pot because it will give you a very spicy OilDown. So after a while, you need to take it out before it bursts. I'm now about to add some breadfruits. Mix that up. The breadfruits will melt down for sure. I'm going to be using a bigger pot for this. So what I'll be doing, I'm mixing this up. One next and I'll be going in with my coconut milk. Allow the breadfruits to melt a little, and then I would add some of the dasheen bush leaves or the celery. So I'm going to be taking out this hot pepper now, but I don't want it to burst. See how lovely that and amazing that looks already. Look at that. My husband is my cameraman today. And listen, I'm being very honest with you, all the challenges with this cameraman. He trying, He trying. And I have to give him props, but Lord have mercy. I have to be moving his hand, showing him how close to come, how far to go. But he's trying, so thank you, babe. And I appreciate it very much. We both understood that. And?
Yeah.
Yes, baby. I'm going to add some of the leaves on top of this, and I'm going to allow it to cook down. You can definitely add some more water because the coconut milk is thick. Which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to add some salt to this. Now we don't eyeball in Trinidad, but I would put the ingredients. I'll definitely put the ingredients. Now the pigtail is very salty. When I say very salty, because I boil, not very salty, because I boil down the majority of the salt, but it's still salty. So you want to watch your salt, how much salt you're adding. So I'm going to leave this for a little while and let the breadfruit and the dasheen bush callaloo leaves melt down a little, and then I'll add the rest, the remainder of the ingredients. Alright, so you see how it's boiling down? You see how it's melting? It will begin to get really creamy and nice and thick. Always remember, if it gets too thick, you can add some more water because you want to make sure it cooks properly, the breadfruit and the dasheen bush. Some more dasheen bush to this pot. Don't worry, it's going to boil down. I'm putting it little by little. Alright, so you can see that boiling up. So I'm going to turn this pot again. So I'm going to give this pot a turn. So it's a technique you want to use. Go from the bottom, take your time and pull it up like that. See that technique? From the bottom, take your time and bring it up so that everything will be incorporated, well incorporated. See how creamy the breadfruit is beginning to look? to loosen it up a little. My dumplings now. Actually, before I add the dumplings, I want to add some more of the dasheen bush, because we love our oil with a lot of dasheen bush, a lot of callaloo, as we say in Trinidad. And that is going to boil down nicely as well. And then I'll add my dumplings. See how much you can get down inside and there in between. And allow it to melt. So I'm going to be cutting up my dumpling to add to the pot. I'm adding these very fine to the pot. So mix them up to ensure that they boil properly.
Feels so delicious.
Thank you, dear. To loosen it up a little again. Cook. Okay folks, so I had to transfer to a bigger pot, as you can see, so that it would be able to cook better. It needs more room. I just added a little more water and I'll allow this to continue to cook. See how lovely that looks. I'm going to add some powdered seasonings and some black pepper. I'll be right back. Look how creamy that looks already. Alright, all it ain't finished cookie yet, but all you see how that looking already. All you know nothing with my oil down. You hear what I say? Alright, so I'll be adding some of this freshly blended seasoning to the pot to add some extra flavor. And I'll be putting back the hot pepper for just a little while. The dumpling is cooking there, and still allowing the dasheen bush and the breadfruit to melt a little, but the flavors are coming along really nicely. As a matter of fact, this already has a lovely, wonderful flavor. Alright people, so I'm going in with some black pepper, some Maggi all purpose, some flavor the pot, Maggi flavor the pot, and this is the first time I'm going to use this, but I'm going to use a little bit. This is a part of a Grenadian recipe, but they use the raw saffron. That will give it a nice yellow color. I'm just going to be using a little bit. Right now my husband catching a fit because he never seen Trinidad OilDown with no saffron in it. We're not accustomed doing that over in Trinidad. He don't really care if it's a Grenadian thing. Oh gosh, but it's good to try new things, right? It's just a little bit. That is what gives it the nice yellow color. And I'm looking for my hot pepper. Hot pepper always tend to get lost when you're cooking. So I'm looking for it. Alright, so I added a little more saffron to the pot to give that yellow. And I'm going to add a little bit of golden ray butter. I don't usually do golden ray because we really don't use, I can't tell you the last time I used golden ray. So if you don't like to use golden ray, you can omit that part. But I just added a little, about a tablespoon. Now, although it might look like this and a little watery now, when it cools, it's going to get thick. So, once your dumplings are cooked and your breadfruit and your dasheen bush has melted down nicely, and it's tender enough and tasty and flavorful enough in terms of your salt content and everything, you can definitely turn the pot off. As I said, it will thicken up. This is good actually. But I will just leave mine to get a little thicker. So you see how that's looking there? You can actually go in with a knife or fork, whatever, and feel if your breadfruit is tender enough. And that is really tender for me. Once it goes in with ease, it's tender enough. I'm just going to leave this for about 5 more minutes and then turn off the pot. And there you have it, folks. Breadfruit OilDown with pigtails and callaloo bush. Alright people, so my OilDown is basically finished, but I wanted to add some more coconut milk to it. And so I did. It's okay if you add it like that because it has enough liquid to cook. And I added some more coconut milk, and yes, I'll put all the measurements in the description And I'm going to allow that because you must allow your coconut milk to cook. I'm going to allow that to cook for about 5 minutes. And then I will turn off the pot. But I want you to see the OilDown is basically finished. This is the consistency you're looking for. That is thick. And it is going to thicken again when it cools. Yeah? There you have it, your breadfruit OilDown. So don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for coming. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to like, share the video. And if you try it, if you try the recipe, let me know down in the comments how it came out. Thank you. Bye for now.